The next game on our list is the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Washington Commanders. The Vikings 6-1, the Commanders 4-4. Both teams in this game entering on win streaks. The Vikings riding a 5-game win streak, and the Commanders with Taylor Heineke riding a 3-game win streak. 1 win shy of tying the longest streak under the Ron Rivera tenure in Washington. Vikings, though, favored 3 points with an over-under of 43.5. A little lower on the over-under side in this game. Aaron, what do you expect to see in this one?
Well, I'm glad I don't expect to see Carson Wentz. That's the first thing. Don't have to worry about the turd losing this game. No, look, I think Taylor Heineke will play like Taylor Heineke plays and give Washington a chance to win the game. I don't think this is a blowout by any means. I think Minnesota's the better football team. But one thing Taylor Heineke does is he does know who he is. And I think, and he is not afraid of moments. He is not afraid of taking chances, but he also knows that, you know, if he doesn't turn the football over, his team is going to be in it. So I think he tries to take some calculated risks. And then when it matters the most, he's not afraid of those big moments. And I think that's important for a quarterback. So you might not be the most talented, you know, he's not the best thrower. He's not the most accurate. He's not the most athletic, but he uses what he does have to his advantage. And that's why he can have some success in this league. I think Washington plays this game tough. I do. I think this is a team that has talent. We've talked about it before. I told you that I thought they would have a chance at the NFC East title if they could get good quarterback play. I do think they're a talented football team. Obviously, no Chase Young hurts. Obviously, you know, you trade William Jackson, that hurts, right? Like these things are, you don't have a corner that was 3 years ago one of the shutdown corners in this league when he played for Cincinnati. So I think those things hurt, but I still think they have enough talent to keep this game close and give Minnesota fits, especially when it's at home. I expect Taylor Heineke to play well, and maybe it takes that Vikings defense coming up with another big play and a big moment in order for Minnesota to really kind of stretch this one out or pull the game out of the end.
This is a revenge game for Kirk Cousins. Throwing that out there. Revenge game for Kirk Cousins, even though
they had to have played before this, Vinny. Like revenge doesn't go on forever. Like,
it does in this case. He owes him at least 3. That's how many times they got franchise.
Yes, it does.
Would have given the bag. That's
they only franchise tagged him twice.
For 3 seasons.
I'm gonna look up how many times Kirk Cousins has played the Washington Commanders as a Minnesota Viking after this. But AJ, we talked about the new faces in new places. TJ Hawkinson, first game with the Minnesota Vikings. What are we expecting to see from him here?
Not too much. I mean, I guess they did.
Hold
lose.
On. Let me stop you. I'm sorry. I need to stop you because I want to ask a better question regarding TJ Hawkinson. A fantasy question about TJ Hawkinson. Tight ends here. The tight end landscape is not the best, and TJ Hawkinson's a notable one that stays closer to the top. In this game, where are you at with him in terms of fantasy? And no, I don't have him.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd be worried to start him. I mean, like it's his first week. He got there late. I mean, like even with Irv Smith out, you can't expect too much from him 3-4 days after he got there. Like, sure, maybe they throw him out in the red zone and say, "Hey, go run a post to the corner, and we're throwing you the ball. Jump up and catch it." But other than that, like you have to bank on that for him to come in and really give you anything on the fantasy side. Like next week, sure, but I don't know if I would trust the very first game, less than a week of even being in the building, that you're going to go and start TJ Hawkinson with confidence. Now he just may not have anything else and have to do for the best, and so be it. But I think that stands true on the football side of things too. I don't expect much from them. They have enough weapons everywhere else to get by this week. Even though I do, and I'll talk about my score later, I think my score is a little unfair. But I don't think you see too much from TJ Hawkinson in week 1 as a Viking.
Okay. Oh, you didn't
I will save my fantasy talk for the fantasy show on Sunday so people can come watch, and I'll tell you whether you should start TJ Hawkinson or not.
Okay. You originally, before the trade happened, Aaron, you ranked him as the tight end 11 coming into this week. So that was the matchup against Green Bay. So this changes obviously now that he's playing Washington. But tune into our fantasy show live at noon on Sundays to get you prepared to win your matchups, including our talk about TJ Hawkinson. With that being said, I'll take the Vikings here, 26-17. I think the Vikings are a good team. I think their defense is getting better and better as we progress through the season. I do like what you said, Aaron, about Taylor Heineke and the way he's leading this Washington team. I do not mean to discredit him at all, and I probably should put the score closer to each other, but I did not. 26-17 Vikings. AJ, who you got?
Yeah, I will change my score and make it a little closer because I do think I was thinking more about the Carson Wentz led Washington Commanders. I do have the Vikings in this game. I had it originally 34-24. I do think that's unfair. Taylor Heineke has played a little bit better. He's found Terry McLaurin. Give me 34-27. Give them a little bit of, at least another field goal. They get down the field a little further. Give me still taking the Vikings in this game. I think they have too much offensive firepower for the rest.
I am taking Minnesota in this game. I think it's 31-20. I do think Minnesota's offense is going to be too much. They're just part of Vinny said Minnesota's defense has been playing better. I don't know that they've been playing better. I think they've been more
fortunate. I think that's
fortunate, creating right through me.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. That's what I do. 31. I think it's 31-20, but I do think Minnesota's defense is susceptible to the pass. I think Taylor Heineke could have a nice day here. And if it turns out Minnesota's defense is what I think it actually is, then they could be in some trouble here. Again, not very good against the pass, almost allowing 300 yards. Only the Chiefs, the Steelers, and the Falcons allow more through the air. But I think that offense is good enough to control the game and score enough points. But I do think Washington's going to be able to move the ball. I just don't know if it results in points, and hopefully they can avoid turnovers, and they might be closer than that. But 31-20 Minnesota.